Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing good. Today we're gonna have a war. This is week 9, we're about to end, reach the playoffs very soon. Today we're gonna have two teams, Uchiha, which yet again I'm gonna be commenting them, and of course RAFFLESIA ID. Uchiha's home have 4 wins, 4 losses, and then on the other side RAFFLESIA ID with 3 wins, 5 losses. It is gonna be way more difficult for RID to actually achieve playoffs. Uchiha still has a chance. And I'm gonna just write the name of the players and then we're good to go. Pretty much like that. Alright, I was just beginning something which is the prediction. What? Okay, Nightbot somehow isn't happy about something. We're not gonna care for that. Anyways, the ball begins. Good luck to both teams. We will see who is going to win today. Jess and the Sun and Original Shark. So I'm going to expect this is a Harpy versus Water. Let's just hop in.
What?
Alright, so RAFFLESIA ID is going to get the first turn. They are playing Harpies here. This is going to be the Channeler already on the field, so it is going to allow him to special summon monsters. And he's able, of course, to bring Perfumer. Perfumer allows you to search for any spell trap from, well, almost all of them, I believe, from the Harpies archetype. He's gonna go for the Elegant Egotist Search. So I guess he wants to slowly build the team step by step. That will be my guess. I guess the Synchro is gonna be using Elegant to use this right now. So he special summons another monster. So another Harpy Lady. And he indeed has the card that I was actually thinking if he had it or not, which is going to be Harpy's Feather Rest. He's going to get a +2 because he has level 8 on the field. And that is going to allow him a lot of plays depending on the cards he drew. Now if he has more monsters than Spell Trap, it usually is bad, but he's going to open fantastic 3 Spell Traps. Potential baits, potential not baits. We will see what are the cards on Zelda's side. It is going to put pressure to Vic One God though. Let's see how he opens. By the way, in terms of matchup, it is, personally to me though, because I guess everyone has their own opinions on the matchup, it is a difficult matchup to comment because both of them are usually related to doing some ODK, and you have a deck that usually has a response to monsters, send the monsters back to the hand, and you have another archetype which is almost the same, thanks to the Abyss Dweller, but it is to destroy cards. So it's not really the same perspective. He's gonna start normal summoning an infantry. Will this be good or not? It is going to be tough because Zelda will have a response at some point, so Vic must have a spell trap to be able to have his monster on the field, but if he uses a spell trap again, the Synchro will have a response. So it's not even an easy situation at all. There's going to be a response. He's going to go for Swallow's Nest. So he's going to swap one of his monsters, which is going to be the level 4 in case of the deck build. And he will be able to special summon another monster from the deck, which is going to be Oracle. Does not use the effect of the Synchro after doing a Swallow Nest. I guess he wants to save it either for the Xyz or another monster summon, but I have no idea why. Because if he has done it, if he has done the response, I do believe that the infantry, since it is in the hand, and he doesn't really play anything to like special summon from the hand except maybe the angler. But I guess, oh, okay, he was saving actually Treacherous. Interesting play for Zelda, but Vic is not going to be in an easy situation, but I guess it doesn't activate anything. Vic does not want to respond to that. Else that was the timing on Zelda's side due to the Synchro. That's one of the two. Oof. If he doesn't have more backrow, this is not good at all. He opened Necro Valley, which against Harpy is not always the best. Still is good globally. I mean, it pretty much counters the fact that you can get Harpies back to the deck, but that's pretty much it. Vic God really needs a good backrow right now to be able to ideally send all the monsters back to the deck or even hand at that point. And if he has anything of that kind, he is going to be in a very good posture to get the win. Zelda going all in uses the tie that binds. And yet again, I have difficulty seeing the skill. And he is going to go with one monster in defense at least to just prevent from any wall of disruption, or ideally, on the side of Vic, the droning. So Treacherous Trapple is going to be activated, which is going to be sending the T attacking monsters to the grave. But of course the Synchro has an answer, and it is going to take back the Channeler to be able to do the plays again on the next turn. Gonna be the turn of Vic, who does not have monsters yet. The best card for him will be a Deva, so yes. He got the Deva, and mainly was due to the effect of a card we have seen on the previous turn, which will be Gishki Chain. When it is normal summon, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, shuffle them, put them in a different order. And so he was going for the Deva, which is of course a good decision. No, does Zelda has an answer to the Deva or simply backtrack against it? Imagine top deck Deva, especially when you're not reading cards. Like the caster does, Komura, lol. But this is going to be Book of Moon that is going to answer back. Flipstone, the one with the lowest attack, which is going to be Deva. And that looks like an end of turn indeed, so that is going to be the turn of Zelda, who has a Channeler in hand. Discards another Channeler. He needed a monster to be able to use the effect of Channeler, or even actually, you can still use a spell trap from the Harpy archetype. That's the one thing you can do. Not the best play in general, because you want to be able to use the spells most of the time. So far he has the board, and I don't think there's a not Harpy Lady one that has been special summoned. And I believe the second one will be in Zelda's deck yet, but I'm not sure about that. So there's one indeed, so the second, which maybe will be the last, can be summoned using the Elegant Heritage, but does he want to go for that? He does use the spell, So he's going to be summoning another Harpy Lady 1. Doesn't use the effect, and that is of course because of the spell trap on the side of Vic, or will have a response. So Vic is pretty much forced to use it at some point, and you're gonna have the Synchro that gets to use the effect as it wishes. And Book of Moon is going to be revealing itself, so that is going to be flipping down the Synchro. And Zelda takes it. He knows that he's able to destroy the 2 other monsters, and that Vic will need an incredible card to be able to come back. This is very tight for Vic. Zelda is still fine, despite the fact that there's no spell trap. And Vic got a spell trap instead. No wolf as well. Because you can still have a Diamond Dire Wolf if you want in the extra deck to be able to destroy one of the back row. Like, it is optional, you can go for it if you want. So he doesn't have it, he's gonna try to prevent from a droning. He still deals damage again. Vic is surviving, but there's one back row this time on the side of Zelda. And no, that will not be enough. Zelda is going to be taking the first point of the match. That was tight. For the first duel, that was very tight. It all depended on the kind of openings you can get, and Harpies got the first one, so they were able to respond back to the water. I'm just going to see if they go for a repeat. I will not lie, I wonder... I don't expect them to go for a repeat in this situation. Could be possible, depending on their justification, but... to me, it seems odd as a matchup. Very, very odd. So let's see what choice they'll make on the side of Uchiha. And they actually go for the second duel. I guess that's not a repeat. That must be the second deck. Yes, it is. Second deck. We see a different tractor. It is Jade and Nubel, in fact. So I believe this is going to be mirror match by the looks of it. 21 cards, and Vic is going to be getting the first turn. Well, I mean, I'm supposing it is mirror match, but it can maybe different. And no, it's not going to be different. It is in fact a mirror match. Perfumer is going to be normal summon on the side of Vic, so he's going to get the opener. Actually, the bad thing is, concerning the Harpy matchup, going for a mirror match is very stupid in general. Most of the time, getting the second turn is the best against another Harpy user. And that is because you have a possibility to special summon a Harpy if the opponent controls it. Or you know they can go for rank 4 Patriarch. Actually, I need to check this. I don't remember this card at all. I know some of the Xayah's rank 4, but not all of them. And if you're talking about Patriarch, I think it is a number, has 2200 attack. Okay, I see which card you mentioned. Indeed, indeed. I see which one blocks him. That is actually a sort of counter to Harpies, which will slow them down. Because if they activate a second Harpy effect, in that case they can decide to, I believe, banish it or control it. That's one of the two effects. But yeah, that's a very good excuse against Harpies indeed. Swallow's Net has been activated, so he got the Channeler on the field. He uses the effect. He gets an Oracle on the field to then be able to retrieve one of the spells in the grave. You can also target your own RP lady if you have one, indeed. Indeed, you can do so. Alright, so Harpy Feather Rest being used, which is going to be sending the monsters back to the deck, draw 2 cards. And it looks like a very good opening. 3 cards being set on the side of Vic. Similar feel to the beginning that Zelda had on the previous duel, but with 1 monster on the field on the side of Vic. So let's see how Zelda is going to respond to that. Who gets the top deck Harpy's Hunting Ground, which is going to put some pressure for Vic, because he needs to use the spells and traps to be able to get rid of the potential destructions of his field. So let's see. Zelda's gonna go for the middle card, forces the Book of Moon, so Channeler is going to be face down. And he's gonna go immediately. Swallow's Nest on the side of Zelda will be used, so the monster is tributed. No other spell trap can go respond or simply destroy the card or anything. They cannot target it. So another Harpy is going to be summoned on the field instead. Potentially Perfumer by the situation to be able to get 1 spell trap. I don't really expect an Oracle. He goes for another Channeler, fair enough. So yet again, every time he summons a Harpy, the effect of the field spell will actually be triggered, so he gets to target another card. He's gonna target the left one. And it's actually another Book of Moon, so if this hits the Channeler, Zelda is not going to be able to go for any special summon, and not going to be able to go for anything in general, except setting cards for defense. So there's still some thought process, I believe, on the side of Zelda, and he is actually going to go again. Second Swallow's Nest, which is going to be saving him from the Book of Moon. And that last Harpy is actually forcing the last back row. So if Vic has a card that can actually be used against the Harpy, it will be very good, but doesn't seem to be the case, sadly. So the spell trap will be destroyed. Ouch. Zelda getting this good opening is going to save him on this match. I believe it is potential lethal, or even lethal right now. Because the fact that the player got 2 Swallow's Nest, it generally is very hard to defeat someone that got to use twice this card. So searching for the Elegant Agonist. Oh, it's a Swallow's Nest that gets destroyed. It is actually risky to set the Swallow's Nest when you don't control, or if you don't have a monster of the same level. So like, ideally if you had a level 4 monster on the field, you could actually use the Swallow's Nest to be able to swap one of your Harpies. But he said, no, I'm gonna go for the Synchro. I'm gonna go for the Cyber / Harpy Lady to then be able to have a moment where I can send the monster back to hand. And he went for that. So the Harpy Lady one was summoned, and no Xyz nor Synchro for Zelda. And that is actually instead going to be game for Vic. He got an Elegant Egotist from the grave on the previous turn, gets the second one, and just by using the spell, you send back the opposing Harpy Lady one to the hand, and that is going to be a point for Vic, which will lead to a 1-1 situation. Alright, so indeed 1-1. It could be a very, very close match in terms of scoring. We will see how it goes, but generally the first half of a war, most of the points are very close. And then it can become very different on the second half. Can be sometimes the reverse situation. So no Zelda has lost, has to go for the second deck. The mirror match actually paid off. It is not easy though to win on the first turn. It could have been actually worse for Vic in that situation, because Zelda managed to destroy all the spell traps. And they're going to the third duel between themselves. Let's see who gets the first turn.
Duel?
Alright, so first turn is going to go for Vic again. So Harpies against Blue Eyes. In terms of matchup, Harpies do have an advantage against Blue Eyes. I'd have this timing of sending the monsters back to the hand. So basically Vic has a lot of responses against his opponent. Let's see how Vic is going to open though. So Chandler is going to be normal summoned right off the bat. Going to use the effect discards the Oracle. Maybe he's saving another monster instead. Let's see what's gonna happen. I guess he's gonna go for the Feather Rest, unless he wants to go for the Elegant Egotist. He is gonna go for the Feather Rest. So now he's going to go for the Draw Power. Sounds good. Making, of course, the cease to then be able to use the spell. That's no question. Is having the Elegant Egotist actually, so he's still gonna be able to special summon a Harpy Lady 1 to then get this attack boost. Also uses the spell to now be able to send the monsters back to the deck, draw 2 cards, and hope to get another back row. Setting 2 cards, 3 cards. Man, these Harpies are getting very good openings actually. Very solid. Now it is going to be the turn of Zelda, who has to answer against these 2 monsters and the 3 back row, which will be very imposing and difficult for Blue Eyes. Now, Blue Eyes have a lot of attack, which they're still globally fine. So let's see. Ancient Trolls will be used, which will allow him to special summon a Blue Eyes from the hand. So pretty much a good beginning on the side of Zelda. Trying to bait one of the cards. Is not going to be worried of anything. Sets 2 cards. Is going to try to go for the battle phase. Trying to force one of the cards. That actually became worse than I thought, because, how should I say, the stones are generally the problem. So if Zelda was able to send stones, he will be able to special summon Blue Eyes and maybe Spirit Dragon from the deck, forcing back row like Harpies will never think of. So instead there's just one special summon Blue Eyes, a Book of Moon that will get used, and the Harpy Cyber Slash, which will chain to send back the Blue Eyes to the hand. So now Zelda has like 2 cards on the field, 2 back row. Is this going to be enough for Zelda? Or else it is going to be the victory for Vic potentially. He gets to special summon another Harpy Lady 1. He's gonna go straight face, full attack with the monsters. And all the attacks are gonna work. I guess maybe that was not enough backup for Zelda. Not getting the ideal opening, especially against Harpy, so the point is going to go for Vic. Uchiha having this lead 2-1 at the beginning of the encounter, and I'm just going to be waiting for the next player on the side of RAFFLESIA ID. Hello Andre, hope you're doing good. As usual, that's what I expect. So many people encouraging Uchihas because the Brazilian family is here, everywhere. Well, sometimes it do be like that. We get to be tired even though it's not the morning. Because I know, for example, Doc, my good friend, he streams at morning, and I'm just unable to do at morning. I mean, I can at night or like very, very late, depending of the days, but morning is impossible. It's hard to manage to do that. I mean, unless you take a good breakfast, I guess, yes, it's gonna be easy. Or pretty fine. Still waiting for the player now. Of course, RID has the time to think this through. And that's the best thing to do. Which deck do they want to send to counter Harpies? Will be their question. And especially due to the Boundless being here, Harpies is technically tier 1, so it is not easy to think of a deck that will forcefully counter the deck. Instead, you have cards that do counter or has a response against Harpies. So no idea which deck, which player, which deck they're going to be sending, but let's see. I'm not gonna spoil myself yet, just waiting for the player to be in the table as well. Because I want to see the surprise. And by the way, I hope everyone is relaxed with my commentary. And I still hope that you guys enjoy the war. That is the main principles. So Super Jasper is going to be here. Sounds good. So Jasper is placing Zelda. So we moved from the Legend of Zelda to the Legend of Jasper. A Zelda to the past. Pretty much being the sequel, of course, of the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, by the way. Alright, so Jasper is going to be playing Yubel, so this must be Thunder Dragon Allure of Darkness. So Jasper is getting the first turn. He's going to be able to use most of the effects to then be able to special summon some Thunder Dragons by the effect of the banished ones. This is going to begin straight right off the bat with a Gold Sarcophagus. Banish one card from your deck face up. As simple as it is. And during your standby phase of the card activation, the second one, you get the card back to the hand. So it is a very beneficial card for like so many decks. The main idea is that you get to have some effects triggered by using this card because you're banishing face-up cards, and if these face-up cards do have an effect, you're good to go. And on top of that, it is the fact that this card that you sent banished you get it back to the hand, and maybe use it later on. So a very good card globally for a lot of decks. And I'm gonna be seeing a Dragon Hawk. Discarded, it will special summon a Dragon Dark and in defense position. Dragon Aurora will be discarded, which will get back a Hulk to the hand. But he has used already the effect of the Hulk, so he is not able to do anything unless he had like all the cards. End phase, it will be the turn for Vic. So Jasper needs to have enough back row, well not back row but hand trap in that case, to slow down Vic from the lethal potential. That is going to be the main issue that Jasper has to take in account. But Vic, he knows this is going to be fine, there's no monster to negate effects. He's able to set his field. He's able to set his summons, and that is what he wants. So let's see how Vic is going to be doing this turn. Hello Javampira and Yo Natsu. Hope both of you are doing good. Okay, just in case, because I think it glitches sometimes for no reason, so just in case I'm leaving and I come back. Let's verify if there was any glitches there. Yet again, this is a bug that Konami hasn't fixed. Let's try to see what happened though. Because sometimes like the game freezes and I suddenly cannot do anything. But in any case, we get to see back the plays. This is also for maybe the players who try to know what happened before, why the monster was summoned like that. So free replay for the people who just comes in the stream. Alright, so Vague has summoned Perfuma. Okay, don't tell me I just caught him. Okay. Let's see. Did I catch him or something? Yes, I actually caught him. There's a spec glitch. Okay, so I think the number you see above, just don't mind everybody. I'm gonna just still comment on the game. This is nothing special. So, Perfumer was summoned. He gets to use Elegant His summoning, of course, Harper 81. So now he's, I believe, gonna go for a Synchro. Will be surprised to see an Xyz, which will be possible, but for what purpose is my question. Gets the Oracle being summoned, and if he has any spell, it's going to be very fine. And he does. He's gonna get the Swallow's Nest, tributing the Oracle, activating the effect of the Harp Lady. So, which Harpy does he want to summon? He is going to go for the Channeler. And I don't think he's going to use the effect of the Channeler as well, because he doesn't seem to have any Harpies in hand. So he's going to try to go for the attack here in that position. That is what I expect. Using the skill right off the bat indeed, he's going to go for the first attack with the Channeler. And this is also to try to see if there's no Bambling Boxer Veil that gets used. No, since I've mentioned that Jasper is playing Thunder Dragon with Allure of Darkness, the skill has a requirement. He must have lost 1,800 life points. So it is easier to trigger compared to what you can do with, for example, Destiny Draw. So is he going to go for the attack or not? Because if he triggers it, he's going to allow Jasper to accelerate the mechanism of Thunder Dragon. He says no, he's gonna pass the turn. He gets a good sense. Sorry, Elliot is back due to the effect of the Oracle. And it's going to be the turn again of Jasper. Turn 3. So because he has the Dragon Hawk back, thanks to the Dragon Roar, he gets to still use it. So he's going to special summon the Dragon Roar. And Levianeer is going to be special summoned. Sheesh. No, which card is he going to force is the question. So Swallow's Nest is going to be used. Vic is gonna of course have a response. But which card will he send it back to hand? He's gonna go for the Dragon Roar. This is to avoid himself receiving more attack. Because Levianeer, when you special summon it, and you say yes to his effect, he's able to not attack. Well, he's unable to attack. I don't know why I said this sentence. But in case he doesn't use the effect, he will be able to attack. Of course, when you have Levianeer, you want to use the effect, you want to force it. No, I don't know if Vic is playing the Harpist because it is optional. People can play Harpist if they want. But because of the timing of Levianeer, the ideal, at least what I guess, will be the following cards. Either Perfuma or the Harpist. Because Harpist will be in the grave, and at the end phase it activates. Okay, he destroys his Levianeer, so my supposition is he maybe has a Dragon Duo in hand. That's actually getting insanely interesting. He decided to send his own Levianeer to the grave. For what reason is what I want to know. Alright, so of course you have a Lupine that banishes a card from the hand and another card from the deck. So he sent the other Dragon Hawk, and only the effect of the Roar will be used anyways. And nothing else, so Jasper is going to end the turn. And the Dragon Hawk goes back to the hand due to the effect of the Dragon Roar being banished. It is going to be the turn of Vic, who is yet again going to have a free field, depending on the opening he gets, but no, only one set card. It is instead going to be Jasper getting this free field. I do think the Harpist will have been the best in case Vic had it, because Harpist, yet again, you get a monster. And you can beneficiate yourself with combos, else it will be like that, but he will have at least one monster. So another Lupine passes by, banishing 2 Thunder Dragons. So he banished, first of all, the Dragon Dog, and then of course the Vanilla Thunder Dragon. Which of course I didn't expect it. I'm not going to lie for the Vanilla, but in terms of resources it is understandable, in case he has all the rest of the Thunder Dragons in hand. So anyways, you have the Xyz being flicked on. The Xyz was Diamond Dark Wolf. But yeah, it's not going to be enough, because Dragon Hawk allows Jasper to special summon the Roar. And there was the Dragon Duo. And that is going to be a point for Jasper. And this is a funny animation that you get to see because of the event. Thank you, Konami. It is a 2-2 situation. So Novik is going to have to go from the table and let another Uchiha player replace him. Man. Actually, all I know is that there are still people maybe hacking and stuff, but... Actually, yeah, okay. I was just trying to verify the score, but we're good to go, yeah, no issue whatsoever. I actually don't know... This is going to be a funny topic of mine, of course related to Duel Links, but on the latest KC Cup, I don't think there were any hackers, right? I didn't see anyone, or don't think I've seen anyone. If there was, I guess I missed on some stuff, but It's not the worst KC Cup anyways, unless we talk about the decks. And I'm of course talking about the KC Cup of April 2021. But yeah. These latest KC Cup, they all felt different in all the kinds. The worst one has been November 2020, 100%. I don't think the decks were fun, per se. But the worst part was how people were hacking on the KC Cup in a stupid way. Which of course was dealt by Konami and they just got rid of them, but still a sad and stupid thing to happen in such an environment. It is what it is. Anyways, we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna have insert. What's going to be on the table? Insert an answer, I guess. Okay, go. And I see another water on the side of insert. First turn, which is going to go for Jasper. I think water maybe getting second turn can be good because I mean it's like Harpies. They don't like Thunder Dragon is not a deck based on back row, and the version that we get to see is based on hand traps. So it is a different perspective. Insert is going to open with the infantry against the Gishka chain, which is going to allow him to change the order from the cards on his deck. If he has a Silent Angler, he maybe has a chance to go for lethal, else it is going to be, I don't know, maybe he's going to pass a turn. I don't see him going for any special play, I'm not going to lie. He does have the Silent Angler, in fact. So he's gonna be able to special summon it. He gets to do an Xyz. Now, it still has risk, but I think it's gonna go and provoke. He's gonna provoke his opponent with his hand trap, so... The Battling Box Avail... Actually, no, he decides to not trigger. He's gonna take the time, do some control before attacking. Or else find a way to get some secure win against the Battling Box Avail, which will be annoying, but... Jasper so far is getting draws. First Vanilla being used, and he's gonna maybe only draw one. If he does this, is just to shuffle the deck twice, but otherwise he's gonna draw the two of them, which will shuffle the deck anyways. And he is gonna take the second one. I think that's an understandable choice, because like... To explain this a bit better, shuffling the deck, you just rearrange the order of the cards. But of course you will not even know which card is going to be above the other, so you're just making some RNG. You're basically trying and hoping to get some good cards by doing so. Actually no, it didn't shuffle. Wait a second. It's just with the melody that it shuffled. Okay, my bad, but... I do wonder why. I guess if it didn't shuffle, that will be because of the effect. But that's strange because... The melody technically says you discard and add 2 monsters. And you still shuffle. But if you add... Yeah, if you add, you shall be shuffling the deck. So I guess maybe it's because he had 2 cards. I sadly have no clue. Instead, I see a Necro Valley on the side of insert, which will be slowing down the Thunder Dragons, as they're not going to be able to go for Levineer at all. Question is, does insert want to force the cards? Let's see what's gonna happen. Sadly, there's no Samurai Destroyer on any Xyz, so they have to deal against it in a different way. You can still force your opponent though, depending on the back row you have, but if you're unsure of the back row, You just don't go for the attack. So let's see what's gonna happen. He says I'm gonna go attack with the Abyss Dweller. It's fine. He's gonna get this Backling Voxel Bale to be special summoned. Attacks it again. And that is going to be the end of turn. So Jasper will get the Allure of Darkness that it wanted. But it needs something to get rid of the Neck Rally. Else Jasper is going to be stuck. Stuck, actually. So he drew 2 cards. And now he has to banish the Dark Monster in the hand. He could discard a Legionnaire because I don't think there's any purpose for it. Indeed, he is going to discard a Legionnaire. He's going to normal summon the Alif Lupine. A Dragon Hawk is going to be discarded. Ooh. I'm actually liking this because that means he wants to get some MST. I think, yeah, MST is the anti-backer you will use instead of the Cosmic Cyclone, I believe. Let's see. So because Hulk is banished, you send an amount of cards to the deck. You get the same amount of cards back to your hand. It's pretty much what we call mulligans or shuffling. Pretty much like that. Level duplication, where are you? It is nowhere seen. It is sent to the Shadow Realm of the Wise. That's one of the things I guess we can expect. Alright, 3 cards sent back to the deck. He's gonna go draw 3 different cards instead. But those Jasper has the cards he wants. We will see. Thunder Dragon will be discarded. Adds another one. He's fine. And that is going to be an end of turn, so card goes back to the hand. And doesn't want to use the effect of the Abyss Dweller yet. I guess he's saving it until there's an important monster to destroy. I don't think that's a bad choice for Jasper. I mean, sorry, Insert. No, Insert has 2 cards in hand. He also has a spell trap he hasn't revealed yet. Could be a back row. But does he have lethal? Because technically, he is able to negate a Alif Lupine by just going with the effect of the Abyss Dweller. But I don't know if he's going to go for lethal. I guess maybe he's going to go for the Battle Step. That will be the best timing in my opinion. Depending of the hand traps he's facing against. So let's see what Insert is going to be doing. So the Abyss Dweller is going on. Sends the Silent Angler. So he's going to secure. He wants to save the infantry in case there's like any hand trap. And that will have been lethal actually, I believe, if there was. Can be used each time. That's infinite. That's infinite. I didn't know that. Actually, sorry. Okay, that's me not reading the skills, by the way. Wow. Oof. That is actually rough. So yet again, Jasper is getting an acceleration. But does he have what he needs to get rid of the Neck Valley? Jasper is still locked. Insert does have the field. Or should we say the control? Alright, so Hulk is gonna happen. Brings back one of the monsters from the banished pile only because you have Necro Valley, which of course blocks any movement from the graveyard. Alright, so he decided to special summon the Dragon Roar. Does he have anything else or not? And that is going to be bad of his. It doesn't seem to be able to do anything. And this Dweller will respond immediately. And of course, by destroying the Dragon of Roar, and because you have the effect of Abyss Dweller, the effect of Roar is not going to work. If there's any other monster on the side of Insert, that is, in my opinion, game. So let's see what Insert is going to go for. He gets to summon the infantry. Actually, it's going to be another Abyss Dweller, I'm sure of this. I don't think I see any point of going to another unit. And yes, indeed, another Abyss Dweller is going to be on the field. First attack is going to happen. Is it going to pass? A Sphere Kuriboh is going to be used. Okay, that's actually... No, that's going to be indeed lethal. Insert, who is going to be taking a point from Jasper, so that is going to be a 3-3. No, that's sorry, 3-2. Jasper now has to change to another deck instead. And they're going to go immediately to the next match. Let's hop in. And that is actually going to be a mirror match. Who is going to be the best water deck? Who is going to be the water master? I was actually about to make a joke around Avatar, the enemy. I'm glad I haven't made it. And that is going to be a very interesting match actually, because we know Insert is playing the Atlantid version of Water Xyz, but Jasper is playing a different version. The Shark version, Fish version if you prefer, just because it is the type of monster. The type that you can see on the card name. It's going to go immediately with an Abyss Dweller, set 2 cards, and that is going to be an end of turn for Jasper. With the Fish version, you do want to get the Continue spell as fast as possible in most of the cases, because you're able to get a monster from the grave back to your hand. And this is allowing you to go for so many Xyz, then control with the rest of the cards. That's going to be an interesting match, because you have like 2 versions completely distinct. And thank you very much for hitting for the follow. I hope you enjoyed the war, which is of course my main purpose, and I'm going to expect that you're going to root for Uchiha, because I know so many people that follow, they're going to be like, hey, good luck Uchiha, let's go Uchiha. I'm sure you're from Brazil, just by the name. Alright, so Diva is going to be summoned on the side of Insert, but immediate finishing, which is going to be negating the effect of Diva. No, because we're talking about the water, we still can see Forbidden Lance. It still can happen. Does Insert have this card, or at least a Book of Moon? Let's see. Insert is going to let this pass through, so effect negated, no more summons. No, there's still one thing he can go for indeed. That's what I thought. If he has the Silent Angler, then no reason to go use any cards. Just let the Fiendish pass. And he's gonna go for a Synchro instead. Synchro level 6, which will be White Aura Dolphin. So White Aura being on the field, it can revive every time there's a water monster in the grave. You just banish it, then revive the White Aura Dolphin. Almost infinite loop. Enemy Whoa. Okay. Enemy controller has been used. Yet again, I don't see this card. Sheesh. So now, Jasper is actually going to have an advantage if he gets a monster. Ooh, he got it. But it also depends on the set card on the side of insert. I shall not speak quick. But in this situation, you can see that Jasper can take a monster out of insert to the side, which will be, of course, the white aura being blocked, and able to just revive. So let's see what's going to happen. The attack is going on so far. Abyss Dweller is going to start using the effect. No response on the side of insert. He's gonna let the monster being destroyed. And of course, due to Abyss Dweller, the effect of the Synchro cannot be activated anymore. And Book of Moon is going to be used on the Abyss Dweller. That must mean insert does have a monster to then replace. It's gonna begin with an infantry. And he actually gets the marksman. So this is the first time he gets to use the territory of the shark actually. So he's gonna have enough cards to destroy each of them. Maybe going against the defense one first and then attack mainly the Gishki. Else he can save the... It's one of the two, so we'll see what choice insert makes, but it's, as I said, either he uses infantry with the overlays, or else it is a marksman. I would say he can try to go for the marksman. Ideally it is better in terms of control if you think that the opponent does not have monsters. So what will happen is, he's gonna set a card, a monster, or maybe a spell trap, and then you want to target the spell trap to just get rid of it, thanks to marksman. Otherwise, he's going to be keeping the infantry, and the infantry will be used to the first monster being summoned on the side of Jasper, which then Jasper will not be able to go for anything. So what is the decision of insert? He's setting a card and he's going to take the time. He says, I'm not going to use any of them yet. Yep, that's what I thought. He's going to go for marksman. He is going to destroy the Abyss Dweller face on, and the Gishki, which will eventually be destroyed. We're going to go on the turn of Jasper, who has 2 cards, a useless Fiendish Chain, and he gets a Dipsy Diva. So the infantry is summoned, and a Abyss Dweller is going to respond immediately and destroy the infantry. If the infantry is on the field, Jasper will be able to normal summon again. So he wants to block this, and that is going to be an end phase for Jasper, nothing else, no other monster, no Silent Angler. If insert has another monster, it can be the end of the duel. Oh my, gets the top deck Deeps Diva. Insert is going to have the win. Just gets another infantry or else another monster. Yeah, sure. Okay. He's gonna instead summon the squad. I guess that is because all the infantry has been used, else it is his own version, but no. He's just gonna go for the class attitude. Why did he go for the... I mean, sure, going for Hope Woven. Actually, that makes sense, sort of. It is still going to be enough anyways. Jasper is going to be out. Insert is taking a point here, so that is going to be 4-2. We're going to be waiting for the next play on the side of RID. Atlantid won against Fish. But yeah, the two versions are definitively interesting, but they don't have the same purpose. mainly. Alright, so right now I'm just waiting, not telling anything, unless maybe people talk. Vilsuto Chico. What? And I swear to God, every time I read Portuguese or Brazilian, every time I read, I just get lost. Like, there are some words that are close, I get. I mean, I understand sort of. But to me it's different. Ah, hello Vic. Hello Vic, glad to see you here, man. Yeah, it's very chill in the chat, of course. I guess people just like to listen to my voice as they're just like, I'm working. I don't have time to listen to the man. But I have time to be on the stream because I want to see the wars. So, we have the next player being here. Can I just remove that? Because Jasper was out. So who is going to be the next player on RAFFLESIA ID? Rivan is going to be the next one. Sounds good. Now, which deck will they bring to counter the water, especially Atlantid water? We're gonna join the duel that just begun. And I'm going to expect a bug at some point because that's gonna mean every time you do watch a room, something happens. Jokes aside, Harpies on the bottom. No, 22 cards, that gives me a bit of doubt. We'll see. Thunder Dragon level dupe, or else it is going to be Harpies, one of the two. Let's see how this goes. I don't think Thunder Dragon is the deck because of the matchup, but we will see. First turn is going for Riven. Sending one card. Another one. And sets a monster. Ooh. This is not something like Thunder Dragon at all. That might be what I think it is, Harpies. He's gonna go for the defensive plays, does not seem to have gotten the good openings, so he's gonna try his best to bait and maybe deal against the field on the side of insert. Let's see how this thing goes. Alright, so Necro Valley straight off the bat used. Actually, yet again, I think... I mean, I guess I could comment that because I know some people don't go for the toggle technique, which is you set down the card, activate the card, but... Yep, I understand still the fact that he activates it from the hand. Like, if you activate it immediately, you can still like see some response, delay on the bottom side, so on the side of Riven. But one thing you can still try is that maybe the player is playing on toggle on. So in case you set down the Necro Valley, you will know what kind of card it is. Anyways, Book of Moon was used against the marksman who gets himself in defense position. He's fine, Alroy. It's fine, Yuan. No worries. We'll understand you were mentioning Necro Valley. So no, Riven is going to flip up the Channeler. but he does not have anything else. He's at least going to be forcing one of the back rows, and Marksman will eventually be destroyed because he has 0 defense. And hello, Lancaster. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing good. It is the man himself leading the team Uchiha, of course. So Insert can actually go either using a COD or let his marksman die. It's one of the two, but I guess he's gonna want to save it to then be able to go for an Xyz, is what I expect. He let it passes, saying, "No, marksman, garbage. We move on." Gonna be the turn of Insert this time. So 2 cards in the hand, 2 on the field. And he's gonna go on the defensive play again. This is actually pretty funny because water and harpies, they usually go very fast. And we're seeing the exact opposite of this duel. And yet again, the good thing is for anybody who thinks, hey, shall I go for harpy? Shall I go for water? You can. But be cognizant of the issues. As any deck, you can get bricks or bad start. Now Raven is going to get the turn, of course. He had the Chandler on face-up attack position. He is able to use his effect. So he's going to discard the Harpist. Allows himself to special summon a Harpy from the deck, which eventually will be Perfuma, to then be able to get a spell trap. Elegant Egotist or the Feather Rest. One of the two. Which one will Riven go for? He goes for the secure Elegant Egotist. And no timing yet. Is actually, well, depends. Because Riven didn't use any card yet from the field, neither the hand. So he can still defend his Harpies. The Treacherous is indeed imposing, but what will happen is there's still going to be a normal summon on the side of Riven, which hasn't been done. He decides to protect the one in defense. Yeah, that's not a bad choice at all. Book of Moon already answering, which is going to be flipping down the Perfumer. This is forcing the destruction of Perfumer. No, does Raven has a response to that? And sadly no, so the monsters will be destroyed, but eventually, if he has another Harpy, he's gonna be able to go for plays. But does he have the conditions required? And I just forgot, of course, since there's Necro Valley on the field, he won't be able to go for the Feather Rest anyway, so Raven going for the Elegant Egotist was the best play, 100%. Oliver Bruto24, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you enjoy the war that is going on. That is the main purpose here. And I knew another one rooting for Uchihas, of course. Instant Brazilian in the chat. Alright, so good opening on the side of Insa. He gets the infantry and also gets his normal summon Deep Sea Diva. Sheesh. That is going to be actually phenomenal because now he's going to get the marksman. Well, actually, no. He still gets the squad, and squad is still going to be good for him. But the main thing is that he will lose the territory of the shark and make something between the level 2 and level 2. So that means this is going to make an Xyz between the Dipsy Diva and the infantry. That's simple. Alright, so he's thinking through, maybe trying to read the phase zone card. He can, I mean, there's surely timing at that point, so if there's timing, actually Riven answers immediately. He's gonna go for the Treacherous Trap Hole. He destroys the ones with the most attack, so the infantry is the weakest on the field. Now Insert decides to attack, of course, that's a good choice. You can try to see if there's any hand trap on the side of Riven. We never know. Going to be the turn of Riven this time, who had quite a fierce creatures nonetheless. Opens with the Perfumer, so Perfumer which will search for a spell again. Trying to get the lead. It is going to be GG depending on the set card on the side of insert, but yeah. We'll see Natsu. Alec Antiquities will be used now. Yeah, there's indeed a trap on the side of insert, so maybe that's a Book of Moon actually. Oh no, that's maybe GG. Because there's another Elegant Tegotis, so there's going to be too many monsters on the field. He could try to go for the Synchro for security. I don't think he's gonna go for that. He just needs to go for the skill and then he has the game. Because if it is Book of Moon, why not going for that? Yeah, I'm sure he has read the Book of Moon, so that is what I expect. No, that was actually a Fiendish Chain, so still. Oh, actually no, that changes. This is not going to be lethal by 100 life points. Ooh. That changes everything, so no Fiendish Chain. Because you negate the effect of Harpy Lady 1. If you see this box, it's just named Harpy Lady 1 and not Harpy Lady by its effect. And not only that, there's no the 300 attack gain, so depending on the card that insert gets to draw, he is going to be able to survive it. No! Still an apple. The Swallow's Nest is going to respond saying no. That is my game. That is my duel. You get out. No more water for you. Instead, have these feathers. And that is going to be a point for Riven. So 4-3. So one deck left on the side of insert. Actually, there's so many funny names with A. Like one of my favorites, at least in Spanish, is Alberto. It just sounds funny. It's a good nick. It's a good name though. I've known people named Alberto actually. Funnily enough. And they're going to go to the next duel. Let's see what is going to be the second deck of insert. Ooh, Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon one time.
Duel.
Alright, so first turn is going to go for insert. It is going to get quite the response against the Harpies, I do think. I believe if Harpy went first, insert will have it more difficult, but it can be the reverse. In terms of matchup, I do think Cyber Dragon going second can be very beneficial. Slow start on the side of insert, he gets the Cyber Dragon core, of course. Searches Overflow, says 3 cards. Is it going to take his time? And hello Wilson. This is literally Portuguese gang, Brazilian gang in the chat. Sheesh. Shall I convert myself to a Brazilian? I guess yes. What's happened one day? Raven getting the second turn here. What is he going to do? He begins with Harp Lady 1. Quite sad because you do not want to have it on the field in general. Well, I mean, generally have it from your hand. You want it from the deck instead to then be able to special summon it through the Elegant Egotist. That's not a good turn for Raven so far. He still gets able to special summon the Harper Lady, but it looks like Insert will have a response to that very easily. Like, if you have a Swallow Nest, you can still save yourself from spell traps. Forbidden Lance would be the best, because if you go for the Swallow Nest and you try to respond against the Overflow, you special summon your monster from the deck, and it is still going to get destroyed anyways. Like, it doesn't change anything. So far I'm just taking time to see what Insert is going to do. They're taking the time, else it was Riven taking the time. Because the problem is that they can try to force the attack, but maybe Insert does have this spell already, so that's the main issue here. I'd say attacking once is enough against Insert, depending on how much things Insert has. He's gonna go for the tie that binds, so no, he's gonna be able to deal 1,700 for the first attack, and potentially the only one if he does not want to trigger the Cyber Style. Mystic is waifu. Lol. But yeah, so far the attack is going on. Passes through. It actually attacks with the second one. Makes me have an impression that he has the cards for that. Ooh. Jody Mirror Force. Send all the cards back to the deck. No more Harpies on the field. Oh my Jesus. Well, Forbidden Lance is still going to be here, so damage will be dealt. At least one survives. But that is still... Actually, no, that does not provoke... Let me see what... Yeah, that's normal. It is actually not going to provoke the Cyber Stab, but then... I mean, Cyber Stab will be provoked, but summoning 2 Cyber Protos, I mean, my bad. But if there's any Cybernetic Fusion support on the side of Insert, he will get below 1,000. He gets 3 Cyber Protos on the field. And that is going to change everything. Going for the Swallow Nest. No doubt about it. He tributes the monster. He's going to want to go for lethal. Is this going to be enough is my question though. He special summoned the Oracle just to get the Elegant Egotist back to hand. And that is not going to be enough. Cybernetic Overflow, which will banish his core to destroy the monster. And that's the end phase, so Oracle gets back the Egotist. No card activated on the side of Insert. Could have been a bait. That is a possible thing. Vai clapar de novo. Okay. Actually, I forgot to change the score. True, I forgot to change the score. I'm stupid. I appreciate for the follow, Ryu. Obrigado. But yeah, I forgot. That was a loss on the previous turn. So he's with the second deck. He's with the second deck right now, and just before I make any mistake, here's Riven in the bottom. So he lost before, Riven got the point. That was like that. Just correcting the scores. And insert so far getting the opening he wants. This is gonna go for the big bad boy. Or he's gonna go for the evil boy. Big bad boy is going to be the cyber end. And the other one is Chimeratech. He's gonna go for Chimeratech Rampage bad. Okay, so he goes for the bad boy anyways. No, evil. Oh my god. Alright, trying to make a joke becomes useless. We're not gonna care about that. So Pokemon is actually going to be used by Riven. Yup. But he still gets Cyber Dragon Core. Gets another fusion, which he will use on the next turn. It's not gonna be now. Insert has the advantage. He's gonna be fine. The Epic. And he cannot attack because of the effect of the spell. When you use the spell, only the fusion monster can attack. So no, the core was here for nothing. And that's another bad card for Riven. Oh my god. That is not gonna be good for him at all. Actually, I think that's the end in general. Or not. I mean, it is, because... No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm talking very quick. This is actually a mind game. Riven will have to think if he should go for the Synchro, if he should go for the Xyz, if Insert has to use the spell. This is a mind game situation right now. Riven going for something. What card do you want to go for? Is he going to go for the Synchro? And that's going to be crazy what's going to happen. Because he was pretty much forced to go on the Synchro due to the response on Insert's side. And I still believe that it is going to be the end, because like Core will be normal summoned again. And it will be a search for any spell trap. Like, that's crazy. So how many do you send? Going for 2. I like a lot this choice. I like a lot this choice. I thought he was gonna go for the Over Dragon. He could have gone for the Over Dragon if he wanted, but he said, I'm gonna save resources. So in the Banish pile, you have 2 Cyber Proto still. He can use it later on, just in case. I still believe it is going to be game, because you have the Core. Core which can do anything. But yeah, like... For me, Insert has the game. Let's just see how Insert is going to go for the lethal though against the Synchro. Because he cannot use the spell on a bad way. Like, he needs to think wisely how to go against it. Let's see. So Rampage is gonna happen. And I think he sends... Oh yeah, sends 1. Decided to send the vanilla. That's interesting. He didn't send any Proto. Cyber Dragon Core gets to be summoned. So my belief is he's gonna go... No. No part of me he's not going for that. Forcing the Cyber Blood Fusion, but... He's gonna need the Over Dragon, I guess. He forced the spell. This is giving another turn for Riven. Oh no. If he had any other card, I think that would have been not bad. For some reason, he wasn't not able. And I guess I can see why he wasn't able to go for the Over Dragon, because the card sent to the hand is core. On the field, it is nicknamed Cyber Dragon, but you must control one to then be able to go for the Over Dragon. So no, instead, that's going to be a win for Riven. Ooh, that's a comeback. It could have gone worse, and Insert could have gotten the win. And that is going to be a 4-4 situation for the two teams going on. So Insert is now going to be out, and we're waiting for the next player on the side of Uchiha. Yet again, a close game about to happen between the two teams. We'll see what kind of decks they reserve to the public, to the viewers, to the people. And it's not 2-20, it'll 2-2. I'm not gonna lie, I think this meta is not going to be fun for so many people. Not even for me as well. It is another weird meta, but I think we just reached the point where it's pretty much like that. Alright, so he is on the table. Let me just remove. We are gonna have Frozen. Frozen at the table. So let's see which deck they sent to counter against the Harpy. Will be actually another side row, which technically is not a bad choice. Actually, I don't know if the game begun. I just hope it's not glitched. That would be funny if it happens, I swear to God. I'm gonna pray there's no glitch, and no, I don't think there's a glitch because Riven changed the word. So they're about to start, yes. My eyes found the truth. We're gonna go inside the duel. Riven against Frozen. So Yamayugi on the top. Imagine Yosenju. But it's not gonna be Yosenju, I just see the pile. Ooh, 30 cause Destiny draw. What is this? I'd say that's Fire King. That's the only deck I have in mind which makes sense. And I'm seeing a good start. So Tenki is going to be used. So with Tenki, you get to search a Beast Warrior. It's going to be searching a free Barong. Fire King Island top deck. This is very good for him. He gets to destroy a monster from the hand. Then searches for another one, which will be, of course, Arvada. You want to get this negates. And if he has the back row, it's just fine. Otherwise, he has the hand traps. And that's not a bad start. He does have the Arvada, which is going to be able to slow Riven down. So let's see what's going to happen. So Barong's effect, of course, will be activated. Because it was destroyed by a card effect, Frozen is going to be able to look for another card from the Fire King archetype. He searches for the Onslaught. Riven setting a card so far. There's still a way, by the way, for Harpy players to bait the Arvada. But I don't know if he's going to go for that. He has a Channeler face up. But yeah, if he doesn't have enough resources for the play, he should go for that. So face up Channeler on the field, sending 2 cards. This is going to allow Frozen to read on the cards, I'm not going to lie to you. and I think he knows already one of the spells. Not on the exact spot, but he knows the spell traps on the side of Riven on this turn. Arvada will still be imposing for most of the plays that Riven wants to do. It is going to do a fantastic job. Alright, so going for the Fire King Island is going to destroy a High King Gavatar Garanix. Gets the Barong. He's looking pretty nice. He is going to be able to go for the cycle. And that's the main importance. Okay, so Arvada is going for attack. No set card as well. Hello, Bash. Bonjour, bonjour. Va bien, et toi? And a Forbidden Lance activated on the damage step. So forcing the destruction of Arvada. No! Arvada is going to be able to still special summon from the graveyard at Barong. So eventually Chandler... No, actually, no, I'm stupid. Yes, of course, he can go for the High King Avatar Gurnix. So of course the Gurnix will be back. It was destroyed. No, actually no. Sorry. Was it destroyed? Okay, attacks. Destroys. I think that was destroyed by the effect of Arvada. Yes, exactly. It is destroyed during the end phase. So that was the effect of Arvada. I'm glad I'm not stupid sometimes. So normal summon for Perfuma. So he searched for the Elegant Egotist, of course, to be able to go for a Synchro or even an Exceed if he wants to go for that. But I'm going to expect a Synchro, of course, makes the most sense. It is the best card to do on most of the situations. He has 2 Harpies on the field. What do you want to make? That's the question. Je, ça va bien, by the way. You can actually remove je in the sentence. Like, either you say, actually I'm gonna help you in. Writing it is better. That's if you want to speak to yourself or like say that you're good. Okay, wow. Wow, okay, Raven going out of the cycle. He says, I'm gonna go for the Abyss Dweller instead. I have not ever expected that he's going to go for this play. That's as much as my basic French got me, but thanks for saying that, no problem. But yeah, like, you said a combination of the 2 ways to say to yourself, but yeah. And that's crazy. Going for Abyss Dweller is not a bad choice, like it's a definitively good Xyz to go against Fire Kings and also Blue Eyes. You want to lock the effects from the grave, but I just don't know. To me, Frozen will still have a good field enough capable to defeat the field of Raven. Now, Frozen, if he has anything to special summon, that would be good. Actually, wait, he has lethal so far. Oh. Future Strapple will destroy the 2 monsters, but Barong is still gonna be here, and that will destroy the Abyss Dweller. So I believe the effect of Guardians works. Yes, indeed. So that's the one that has been destroyed by the Treacherous. That's not gonna be easy for Riven. Let's see how he is going to play around. No, he went for a very special play I never thought, which will be to go for the Abyss Dweller. He does not have any more Abyss Dweller. You rarely see anybody with 2 Abyss Dweller in the extra deck. So that's pretty much it. TTH, but Barong works on dealing with that Dweller. Yeah, clearly. Just because it is able to special summon itself when you have a monster destroyed by the Fire King. I mean, when you have Fire Kings being destroyed by card effect. Maybe by battle, but I think it's only card effect. Revan setting a monster only. And Barong's effect activates, he is going to be able to search for a monster. Or Vanna. And to me, that is going to be lethal. Because you just summon Orvana. There's no Fist Down that says, hey, I flipped myself, my name is Jar, and I send everyone back to the deck. That's not TCG. It is going to be another Harpy face down, and sadly Riven is not having enough defense, but Frozen on the other hand, he gets the upper hand. He's gonna get lethal this turn. And indeed, no issue whatsoever. Frozen is taking the point. First team to actually reach the 5-point limit. Very close, shish. But we'll see. We're reaching the second half of the war, so maybe things and rhythm will change through the end of the war. Which means maybe there's going to be a team getting more wins than the others, and with a bigger streak. We'll see how it goes. Now, on this situation, Riven has to go for his next deck. He has one left. So I'm just going to be waiting for the 2 of them to be ready, and then we're good to go. Did what? I'm gonna say that. I didn't expect there's going to be a Taurus. Monkus Taurus. Alright, I'm going to be back. Enjoy the beginning of the duel, guys.
Duel!
Okay, this is interesting. And by the way, I am back. Hopefully I didn't scare anyone. No, 2 Tenkies, but it's not seeming to be the exact same deck. On the bottom, I think this is going to be Yosenji on the side of Riven. If it is not Yosenji, I'm surprised. We will see. I'll have to read maybe the things up there. And yes, actually that was Yosenji. Indeed, Yosenji just revealed itself. I just missed the stuff. It went for the Kama 1, then the Isna. No, Frozen. Here's the thing. Fire King is against Yosenju. Fire King has an upper hand. There are ways you can deal against Arvada, but it's like mainly through spells and traps, and he did not get it, so I do think Riven is going to have a hard time. So Frozen is in a fine spot. He is not going to be afraid of anything, and also the second Tenki gets used. Ooh. Was this good? If this is a 3 Tenki build, I don't think it is going to be good for him. The card may be good to be able to draw for the cards, but it has its flaws as well. Doesn't deal with the back row, you're just searching for the cards, so then searching for the other Yosenjus to be able to summon them. But there's nothing else. And the main problem here is that you can see Arvada is going to be a threat. First normal summon. And that's what I like to see. That changes everything. So no, Isna has been discarded. That means when he's going to normal summon, there's no effect that can respond to all the summons. So Kama 1 will be summoned, Kama 3, and if he has another one, he's still going to be able to go for another play. And sadly, no, but he's going to be forcing the effect on the Arvada with Kama 1. This is at least to force one of the destructions and also being able to have the 2 Yosenjus back to the hand at the end of the turn. Because otherwise, Arvada will be able to negate one of the 2 Yosenjus. This is getting interesting, but I think... yeah, that's gonna be tight, maybe doable, but... If we're gonna have another Yosenju to summon, he will be fine. He's still gonna be able to go for the Tide that Bends, so he is going to attack on the Arvada. No, because Arvada is destroyed, he gets to special summon the Barong. But the good thing is they have Kama 3. Kama 3, when you have damage inflicted by another Yosenju, you search another card from the deck. And if he doesn't have a Yam, he will go for a Yam. If he does not have the trap, he is going to go for the trap. Else is going to go for another monster. What is going to be the choice on Riven's side? Frozen is still going to be fine because, as I mentioned, Arvada destroyed means you special summon Barong. So Barong, when special summoned at the end of turn by the effect of Arvada, gets destroyed. At that point, on the turn of Frozen, he will be able to search for any card, so Barong is going to allow him everything. Maybe the field spell, maybe another Arvada just for normal control against the Yosenju. But I think it's going to go for the field spell. That is what I think. And actually, okay. So, I didn't think if Raven will go for like the suicide or not, but he went for it. So no, there's difference. It was destroyed by battle and not card effect. Just due to the Kama 3 getting the attack boost by the 2 Tenki and also the skill. So no, that was, I'd say, either a top deck or the fact that Frozen got the card in hand. Which I don't think is the case. To me, that is going to be the card he drew. No, Frozen is fine. He's in a good spot. He has the Fire King Island. Let's see what he is going to do. Alright, so Fire King Island gets to be used. He will destroy one of the monsters. No, That's cheeky, but I think Rivers is gonna have defense. Because I think he drew Oyam, didn't he? No, he searched for the trap indeed. So Sphere Karibo is going to be the one used on the side of Riven. And I think the Garunix has to be put in defense. No choice whatsoever. And there's still some response on, I believe, Riven's side. I will be surprised to see that Frozen has a card for it, but who knows? It could be the case. Because if there's like the quick spell, I think that's what it is. Oh! Divine Wrath! Oh my god. Oh my. If there was no Kytra, that would have been huge. Okay, I was not expecting to see Divine Wrath. It's not like, it's still one of the cards you least expect in the deck. Oh, well thought. Well thought for the build, I'm liking this. But sadly, that's not gonna be enough. The Kytra saved the life for Riven. He's gonna have the 2 Senjus, just needs the skill, and that is going to be lethal for him. Aye. That could have been it. That could have been it, but it's just not the case. Yet again, close scores from the two teams. 5-5 is the score that is happening right now. Man, that is crazy. The two teams are getting tight between each other. They don't want to let the other one win. Crazy. So Yosenju getting a point here. And also no repeat. Like, none of the teams got to use a repeat. Or even want to use a repeat. And Fire Saiyan, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you enjoy the war, which is the main purpose. And may I accept... I mean, I'm going to expect that he's rooting for Uchiha again. Because I know that sometimes a lot of people that follow me, they're going to immediately start speaking Brazilian. Do it. I'm waiting for you. Just to say hello. Or boa tarde. One of the two. Anyways, the U-Bolt is going to be on the top. This is going to be the next deck for Frozen. And it's going to be, of course, Thunder Dragon 30 cards. That's what I expect at least. Both of the decks, of course, being solid so far. Let's see how Riven begins. Now, essentially getting the first turn can actually be very good if you have defense. On the other hand, it's not going to be good. So sending one card, and that is it. He is going to be taking time. He wants to see what Frozen does. Sí, boa tarde, Vampiro. Alright, so Frozen is going to begin with ability. You discard one card, you get to draw 2. He's going to be looking for the 2 Levineer, and the Hulk special summons the Dragon Roar. Sending a card, well. I did not expect to have a set card on the side of Frozen. But it doesn't seem that he's able to do. Alright, so I think Frozen is still thinking of the plays, because will depend on the monster he has, maybe spell trap as well. But the main issue is that he has set a card. Okay, I'm insanely surprised of what I just saw. So tributing summon by the effect of the roar that is sent to the grave, because there was a tribute summon, he gets to special summon a Thunder Dragon from the deck. So he gets the hook. But I think the problem is still going to be the spell trap he has to deal with. He cannot go for the Xyz without knowing what to do. He can try to go for the Phantom Bouncer maybe, but if so, is it the good play? Isn't it? That is the main issue. He went drawing for 2 Lavineer, so we know what's the hand on the side of Frozen, but in terms of matchup, I think it's also risky because I just remembered Yosenju can actually take advantage against the Thunder Dragons, so it's not entirely an easy matchup for Thunder Dragons. Kite is going to happen. No use of the spell trap on the side of Riven. That actually surprises me. Actually really surprises me. But Frozen is going to be out alive. I think it's pretty good for him. Gonna be Riven's turn instead. So Kamatu is going to be normal summoned. And actually Prismatic Kamatu. Holy beautiful acquirement, may I say. As a fan of Yosenju. No, he is not in a bad spot. He has the Kamatu. He has Izna mainly. And when you control another Yosenju, you can draw a card. Always fantastic to draw cards. That is what you want. Now the question is going to be the response on the side of Frozen. Does he have anything against it? Book of Bones is going to immediately react, and that is going to be flipping Don Izna to not allow him to draw cards. Gonna be the turn of Frozen here. No, I think, yeah, I remember Frozen. He almost has the setup. Oh, yeah. No, he has the setup. I think Chaos Sorcerer only from the hand as well. Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Chaos Sorcerer only from the hand, so still going to be a nice field for Riven to clean. We are about to see the monster, the Lavineer. Unless he wants to go for a hog before, sounds good for me. Depends if he wants to go for a certain Xyz before. We will see. I'm just gonna stay quiet to know what he's wanting to do. Maybe an Xyz or all. He didn't want to go for Lavineer yet as well. Going for Ptolemy. Sounds good. Using the effect of Ptolemy right now. Oh, he wants to put pressure with the Chaos Sorcerer. Sheesh. Oh my god, this is brilliant so far. Let's see. He's going for the Lavineer. I appreciate for the follow. I certainly didn't see the name. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the war. So now the Lavineer is forcing the 2 back row. And actually that's still a game, nonetheless. Okay. But yeah, that's understandable. When you see the cards being destroyed, Yosenju's Sword Sting was actually being set, and he had his now being just like that. Oh, actually, no, wait, no, that's not it. Wait a second, I'm speaking too quick. I forgot the Kytroid. Riven needs another monster to be able to do the best plays. He is going to have it with the Tanky. Yeah, things might change. Now the question is, which Yosenju will he go for? Kama 1, Kama 3. It's one of the two. Now, if he goes for Kama 3, he gets to search Ojam, which is pretty good. He's going to have more defense. But he is going to go for the Kama 1. So, my bet is that he wants to send back to hand the Ptolemy M7. Nunca vi Felipe in streams. I saw Felipe in streams. I see a lot of people sometimes. But yeah. Now, Riven is not going to care for the order of the summons, but the main problem is going to be who does he want to send back to the hand? That's what he needs to think mainly. Like, if you go for the Xyz, its material will go to the grave. And I don't know the material, is it light, it's dark. And then, if you send Lavineer, you allow him to go for another Lavineer, and he has also a second Lavineer in hand, which is you going for Suicide. It's not an easy field, but let's see what Riven is going to be making. Oh yes, it's now as destroyed indeed. Ooh, okay. He sets a card at least. But does he want to go for a direct attack maybe? I mean, that could be possible, but I do think Frozen will have the field again. Or like he will have the spot to special summon maybe another Livianeer in that case or something like that. Which will actually end Riven. This is actually getting very difficult for the Senju, come to think. So yeah, Frozen is going to get the lead on the next turn so far. And yo, Scorpion, hope you're doing good, man. I'm glad to see you here. So direct attack from the Kama 2. And no usage of the Kama 1. Riven is going to have to rely on his trap. I'm doing alright, man. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good here, commentating it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, okay. Joe says spell trap. Okay. Okay, he wants to go for that. Sounds good. No Allure of Darkness. That's a huge surprise. What a bait with Yubel. Sheesh. Think you send a tier 0 or what? I'd say tier 0. I'd say tier 0. I'm gonna be happy if I do that for my Yusenju, but I need to get a tanky. Cake W. But yeah, that's interesting. Justin's spell trap, I mean, he's not wrong. You want to also send cards to the graveyard and not first fully banish. That's a very interesting choice made on the side of Frozen. So he had the charge by the skill. He sent 3 cards to the grave. Using Ptolemy M7, he will retrieve one of his cards, gets the Livianeer back to the hand. And he is not... He could have gone on Onimaru. He should have done that. Unless he doesn't play Onimaru, which will be sad, but he should have gone for it. Ooh, I'm thinking that's gonna be the win, potentially, for Riven. If there's no hand trap. Because like if there's no hand trap for Frozen, the Sentry just gets back. It pretty much goes like that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think Onimaru, it's still, in my opinion, a mandatory card to have in the extra deck of any Thunder Dragon, because you often summon Lavineer, and you often play Raiden, so you want to at least be able to go for that, in case you want to liberate yourself for one spot on the field. So, let's say this. On the middle you had the Ptolemy M7, we have the Raiden still alive, of course, and then there was Lavineer on the right. So what I don't understand is, why not have Onimaru? If he had him, oh no. Oh my god, Riven is gonna go for the Utopia Ray, don't tell me that. This man is crazy. He's going for the Utopia Ray. He wanna get the lethal this turn. But yeah, by having the Raiden and the Lavineer, 4 plus 8 makes 12, makes Onimaru. Then you have a free spot. That free spot will have been for the Lavineer. Destroys the cards, forces them, and you will have been fine. I think you should have tried that. Man, out of all the things I never expected to see Utopia Ray going all in. And that is going to be a point for Riven. They're actually taking back the lead after a long time, so 6-5 for RID. So your Sentry is alive, but the Thunder Dragon is going to be out. That's crazy, man. I know your Sentry is good, and it's not only because of Tenki, it's just like the deck is insanely stupid. Like, so many people on, they don't, and that's what I want to comment about. So many people say that your Sentry sucks, and your Sentry is just bad, doesn't have the matchups or all that. It of course have bad matchups as like any other deck, but it's the stupid deck that has hand traps that are good, that has traps that are good, monsters that are just capable of being summoned a lot of times. And the main way to counter them is either you negate immediately the first summon, or you just try to force their resources. That's one of the two. And that Yasenju is about to prove things out, so let's see how Uchiha is going to counter that. They are not going to let this pass out. 100%. And now I'm just going to be waiting for the next player on the side of Uchiha. Which, I don't know why I didn't say before, because I said, let's see how they're going to counter. Else, I guess I'm insanely repetitive, because I am unable to speak. I'm this terrible. If I spoke Brazilian, people will be saying KKKKK in the chat way more. But it's impossible for me. I can go for Spanish, but not Brazilian. But if I go for Spanish, like, if I speak Spanish, my accent is Brazilian. Sometimes. I'd say. I guess. Cake W. Ah, boa tarde, Black Dread. Yo, Black Dread, glad to see you here, mate. Alright, so we have the player on the room. Let's see who it is going to be. It is going to be JD. So Geometry Dash on the table. Yeah, what the fuck Frozen did? I think it's a question of extra deck Wesley. If he had an Emery, I think that's worse, the decision he took. But if he did not have an Emery, that explains why he lost. I'm doing good, Black Dread. How are you doing, mate? So let's see. Yes, Yasenju against what deck? That's looking like Harpy on the side of JD. He's going to begin right off the bat with 10 key. He is going to be able to search for a monster. I'm doing fine also, thanks for asking. No problem, asking for everyone out. I like to read the chat always, because people have stories sometimes to tell. Always worth it. So Kama 1 is going to be summoned. He gets to summon the Isna. He gets the draw. Classic play. No, if he has enough spell trap to defend, Raven is going to be in a good spot, else it is hand trap. Does look that he is about to play hand traps on the side of Raven, so how is JD going to open to that? How is he going to play against it? Let's check it out. We're going to see Chandler being normal summoned, easy. I get to use my effect, discard a card and summon another one. He gets to summon... He gets to discard Harpy Lady 1, and I think he's gonna summon the Perfumer. It seems like it came in a bit late. Is that the last match? Actually no, this is 5 to 6, so like there's a long way to go. You can stay as long as you want, the war is going to last, and you're gonna be able to see anything. Pretty much going to do that. So no Perfumer is able to search for the Elegant Egotist. And no Elegant Egotist is passing through. He's going to be able to get himself a nice Harpy Lady 1 again. And here's the main thing, he's going to be going for the Synchro. I don't know if he has the Harpy Feather Rest, but if it is the case, JD is in a good spot. So now we have the Synchro. And he has the Oracle as well. Ooh, sheesh. He's looking very good. My lord. He doesn't even need to go for an Xyz. He could maybe, but I don't think there's any purpose. And the main reason is you have an attack boost. So in case you have Oyam, Oyam wouldn't really do much against it. And I actually don't think Raven is playing Oyam. Could be possible. So let's see. First attack is going to be with the Harpy Lady 1. It passes through. Is there any response on the side of Raven? He is going to try to attack with the big lady. I mean, big lady, yes, it is a lady, a big one. Hey, Duel Links launch. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you had a good stream as well. Easy shoutouts to the fam who does Team Wars and also has his own channel, of course. The big fam dark. Actually, hogging yet again in Team Wars. Doing a lot of streams of that. Always glad to hear his commentary as well. Had me up nice and early. Yeah, I know it's morning for you, mate. Actually, no, it's afternoon for you. But in Fortnite, Diffusion clapped the crap all the time. Oh no. I mean, depends of the score because I didn't get to see this one. This war actually is insanely tight. There's been quite an insane variety of decks from the two teams. I gotta admit that. Ooh, 10-4 for Diffusion. Yeah, Diffusion has been on fire for a long time as well. Like, it's pretty crazy. And I think Duel Links Day 1, they're still a good team, 100%. Difficult adaptation to meta will be my guess, yeah, 100%. I think there is this side, and also in case you have players that maybe don't have all the cards, so they don't really get the possibility to play the decks they want, there could be also this factor. Woo! Woo! Lightning Vortex! Pardon me, sir. You're gonna destroy all the harpies! And he also discards the Oyam, so he indeed plays Oyam. What the hell? Sheesh. Ooh, that's gonna be heavy. It's not gonna be lethal though. It cannot be lethal because he still needs to deal with the back row, which will be maybe a Book of Moon, Forbidden Lance. Maybe could also be a Swallow's Nest, but I don't think it is Swallow's Nest. Man, let's see what's gonna happen. So Camo 1, yet again, will be summoning another monster. But let's see, like, does he have only Isna? Plus also we need to think about the... Oh, yeah. I think that is almost GG. Because Riven is going to be able to put pressure. And you have the Kama 3. And you have the Isna. Isna being the biggest issue. Isna allowing him to go for the draw. And no, there's going to be Treacherous Trap Hole. Saying no to the two monsters, and who does he want to destroy? The two biggest ones? No. He's actually going to be sending the Isna to the grave. He does not want to allow a free Isna, which later on will allow a free draw for Riven. So there's only going to be camera 3 on the side of Riven. He is going to be in the bad spot instead. Man. That was a rampage that happened. On the two sides. JD is gonna actually get lethal though, depending of how he opens, because there's no hand trap on the side of Riven. So advantage actually goes for JD. Question is if he opened well. Will I see the cards? Will I see the special summons? I'm seeing a normal summon. It's fine. We're seeing a special summon. Swallow's Nest. Attribute it, and I'm changing it onto another one. This is literally like, okay, let me do a comparison. I need to find this. I wanted to say Power Rangers, but it's not Power Rangers at all. Like by putting a mask and then summoning another one. No, what is it? Oh man, wasn't there? I mean, what was swap? I mean, I could say Pokemon, but it's not even Pokemon. But like, I mean, Pokemon would be boring. Man, okay, forget. I tried to make a reference. No reference. We don't care. So JD is going to be able to go for the synchro this game. 100%. With some nice reverb sounds, JD, which I don't know if it means Geometry Dash, by the way, taking W, is going to be taking the pawn and also takes out Riven from the table. And yet again, another close score. This is a 6-6 going on. That is a war going on. Man, I love the variety in this war. I mean, of course, there's the meta change, which is one thing that is part of it. But the other thing is, I don't see, like, how should I say? I don't get to see always meta decks, and I get to see quite the variety, which is always a nice thing, you know. But of course, depends on the teams you get to fight and their way of thinking. So now we're going to be waiting for the next play on the side of RAFFLESIA ID to replace Riven. Pretty much that. Alright, so the player is in the room, but who is it going to be? It is going to be Natsu. Natsu about to breath, well, not breath fire, but yeah, I guess he breathes his fire. If we're talking about the one from Fairy Tail, I mean, he is the child of a dragon mommy. Let's see what deck they're going to bring against Harpy. It is going to be water again. I'm seeing a lot this matchup often. That's gonna get interesting. Let's see.
Duel.
Alright, so JD is gonna get the first turn. And he has the Chandler right or the bad. He's going to discard the Perfumer, so classic combos here. He's going to be able to go for an easy synchro. The main question is the spells he possesses, the ones he's going to search, he goes for the rest. Bora Natsu, eu confío en você. Yo también. So Cyber Slash Harpy Lady will be summoned on the field right out the bats. And of course, yeah, no questions about the combo here. I think I may start to not mention a lot of the combo again. It's like watching Dark Souls or just any deck that repeats the same cycles, but the thing is, Harpies, you don't get the same beginning, so sometimes I still mention the cycle. He does have the Oracle. This is very good for him though. At the end of the turn, he gets back the rest. And no, he can say this. Obrigado, Oracle. Gonna be the turn of Natsu though. Let's see how he's going to deal against JD. Invocativo Natsu, no es difícil. True. Verdad. Or maybe even better. Let's see, he started with the infantry though, but Swallow's Nest is gonna respond immediately to the infantry. So the infantry is going to be sent back to the hand. But by infantry, it was nice to see you. Now we have ladies on the field instead. We only want ladies on the field. This is like... It's like we're in a club. We get the ladies. We dance with them. That's a party. Pretty much that. No need of soldiers. So Natsu is now going to have to set cards. And only one! Only one. He has to hope that nothing gets to remove it or that the card is allowing him to go for timings, but like the Harpy's Hunting Ground is not going to be perturbing for Natsu as well. Yeah, not starting with Diva, what a misplay. You know, not everyone has the Epic Diva, but people are mainly known for the following, the APK core, and that's the problem. APK Diva does not exist in general. It's a myth. Alright, so very first thing that I got to see, and actually that's gonna be the heat, yeah. It is what it is. Ray for Natsu, he got the timing from JD. That is going to be 7 for Uchihas to 6. So one neglect for Natsu. Will they go for repeats? Is there going to be any repeat? Else they go for the second deck and they actually go for repeats. Actually, I'm just stupid. Okay, so I forgot to change one score here. It's the following. 2 points for JD. Rayone was out. And I don't know where Natsu is. Let me just see the layout. And Natsu is up there. There's, by the way, going to be a repeat. We're going to see the exact same matchup. First repeat use of the match. Repeat use on the side of RID, of course. Let's go back into it. Alright, let's see. So RAFFLESIA ID, I mean Natsu is going to get the first turn this time. He's going to be able to set everything. Diva no balls. Lol. I'm setting 2 cards. Come on, a monster. Aye. Spell traps again. Ah, that's no good. The problem is having spell traps against Harpies sometimes don't care. Especially the lower version, which I think everybody is going to be around for like a long time. The Tide Advance, between 20 to 23 cards, that's a version they are mainly going to play. He does have a finish, but was this enough? I think he mainly used it right now. That's not a bad timing, I'm gonna mention this why. He wants to use finish to at least be able to not allow Chandler to go for something. But yeah, Swallow's Nest, so that was a very good read by Natsu. If there was any Swallow Nest and Chandler gets to use the effect, JD will be in a good spot, Natsu will be in a bad spot. So using the finish right now was the best play. But now depends on the other cards he's going to get. He at least got rid of one of the Swallow's Nest, he is not in a bad spot, but Natsu has 2 Joker cards left. Alright, so he gets to add the Elegant Egotist. One day I will speak good. So, is there any response on the side of Natsu? Else he's maybe waiting for something. And I think he's waiting. Ah. Sure. That's a big surprise. He's going for that, so that means he's reserving a card. That's not often you see this play. So JD says, I'm gonna stay with the monsters on the field. I will take my time. I have spell traps to defend myself, do combinations with it. What? Another droning. Absolutely marvelous. Droning champ. That's at least though. Who cares? I get to see another droning. What the hell? Beautiful. No, that was readable. I think Natsu, everyone knew. There will be another Swallow's Nest, 100% on the side of JD, just because we saw that he did not go for any synchro. So no, that's gonna actually be safe for the following reason. Good choice by summoning the Oracle, which will get him a spell from the grave, and in defense of course, because if he puts in an attack and there's the droning is going to say, yeah, I'm good back to the deck. And Cosmic Cyclone banishing out of all the cards a very good one. Banishing the Treacherous Trample, so there's maybe a chance for Natsu to do something. But he needs the top deck. There's no question, he needs it. Otherwise, full defense. Which I don't know if Natsu has it. Full defense, does he have it? No, he has one Seto card instead. Only one. Y muy buenas, Omega. Puta que parió. En portugués. In Spanish, puta que parió. Without even pronouncing all the syllables, by the way. That's how Spanish speak. If you hear any Spanish saying all the letters, they're not Spanish. Note this, by the way, my stick. Remember that. Natsu is not using Diva on the main deck. Cake W, I think no. Water old style. We'll see. Another droning. Are you kidding? Another one. What? He even gets the marksman. Oh my god. It's not gonna be lethal, but he's gonna be able to do damage. That's so dirty. Out of all the monster marksmen. Okay, he's gonna receive the bookman, but Natsu's gonna be able to do more tempo. Fudge. Let's see what's gonna happen though. Sheesh. 2 droning. I never expected that. Ah, top deck on the side of JD. He gets the Chandler, but does he have a Harpy? Kennedy is going to say, you go in defense. You let myself shine. It is my turn. and I want to get a monster. And sadly, no. It wasn't a monster in the hand of JD, it was a spell trap, so JD is in a good spot. Oh my Jesus, let's see what Natsu is going to be doing. Alright, so flipping the Mossman, of course, so he's going to be able to see if there's any timing. He gets an infantry. What is this exchange? This is crazy! It's the Treacher's Trap of the just game. Top deck for JD. No. This Canada that is going to be summoned. But the problem is, Channeler. What is the defense of Channeler? 1,300. He's going to have it in attack for the reason. But I don't blame him. Blame Channeler to have a high defense. JD is going to be alive for a long time. And especially because he has Channeler, which is allowing him to go for like anything he wants. And if he gets a monster, he will be able to go for the Channeler. And that is going to be the end of the game. My god, the turn of events in this duel. Sheesh. That's all I can say, sheesh. Alright, let's see. What do you have, JD? This is so tight for Natsu anyways. Oh man, he has an elegant egotist. And just a minute. Oh no. Okay, yes. No. There's no lethal no matter what play JD does. So Natsu is gonna have one more turn. He needs the epic game. He needs the epic game. 100%. I believe it is not lethal. Yeah, not lethal. By 500 life points. So Natsu is gonna be still surviving, but he needs a Diva. Or else he needs a third droning, but that would be too stupid. He needs a Diva right now. He does definitively need. Will he have it? Is it the time to shine for Natsu? No, he doesn't get it. Unfortunately, it is going to be the squad. Ah, it is what it is. Sad loss for Natsu, but good win for JD, and they take this. That is going to be an 8-6. Ah, that was crazy. Man, what a duel. Well, Natsu is unfortunately going out. We'll have to see the last play on the side of RAFFLESIA ID. Oh my god, what happened? This was huge. Like the 2 drawing and then the treacherous, but nothing. Like no what a monster that helps him out. And it was the Atlantic version as well too, like, sheesh. In Brazil, we call him question mark. Oh, really? I don't know why you... Actually... If I can actually ask you about the credit, do you know why he wanted to be called himself question mark? Like, why the JD and the 4 question mark if there's like any meaning to it? Because when I see JD, I understand this. That's what I understand when I see JD. But I guess it's maybe the acronyms of his name. Which you don't need to mention it if it is the case. Like, I don't know, maybe something like Gustavo D something. I guess it's Gustavo something. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna let Go do the job. Alright, so I'm going to be a bit silent, guys, as I'm waiting for the last player to join, but we also need Natsu to leave the room. Alright. So, because I think Natsu hasn't left the table, doesn't matter. The next players will be playing in the infamous table 2. His nick was only JD, but everybody asked him what JD means, like JD. And he adopted the nick JD. Alright, so I guess I can define the meaning of JD. Geometry Dash. Actually, I don't know, because I don't think there's many Brazilian players who... Well, I guess you guys know about Geometry Dash, I mean, it's international, but... Are they even playing the game? Has there been a community? I have no clue. On any case, guys, you get to see the last player from RAFFLESIA ID, Raha, or Raha 666, which, you know, fun fact, it is not a good word in Spanish. Take notes, people from RD who are in the chat. Feel free to tell him that. It's actually not a good word in Spanish, funnily enough. But you know what? It's fine. It's just some stupid thing about culture. It does happen. And actually, Natsu left the table. Wow. And before I forget, let me just change the score, because I tend to forget as doo-doo. And let me just go spectate for the last road. We will see if he is going to be able to survive. I'm talking about Raha. And also, I shall be talking about JD. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh my god, Jack Daniels, what a joke. Actually, fun fact, because every time I get to see Jack Daniels, like, I remember it is, I think that's like a mark for clothes or something dark. You'll tell me what it is, Jack Daniels, but I remember it's like a famous thing. And because I've been like influenced with like anything dubstep and all, I've known a producer whose name is Jack Daniels. And I'm like, what? I was thinking the alcohol. Ah, true! It's the alcohol! Man, I was... Oh my god. Okay, I was thinking it was the clothes or the perfume. I was thinking one of the two, but I forgot it's alcohol. True. Oh, you know Jack Daniels! You know Jack Daniels! I'm actually absolutely impressed. Ruthless on the producers. He is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed his stuff for like quite many years. This is nice. Garbage Duel Links JD. Oh no, I mean, no. I hope it doesn't mean that. That will hurt. But yeah, that's a funny joke indeed. That hard-hitting shit. By the way, I want to mention one thing. Raha, you stole Natsu's luck. You stole Natsu's luck. I'm seeing a diva. Shall I mention this? Natsu is probably going to come in the clan room and he's going to kill Raha because he gets to see the Deep Sea Diva, and I understand him. Raha was the stealer all along. But then, Treacherous Travel, yet again on the side of JD, which is going to allow him for a free field, but he has to deal against 3 backer, of course. And hello to you, Jason Knight. Hope you're doing good and hope you enjoy the war. This is about to end. But we don't know. Things can change. We have a score of 8 for Uchiha, 6 for RAFFLESIA ID, and things can still change. So finishing is gonna pass right off the bat. Different timing compared to what we saw with Natsu, and that is here you get to see different plays and different luck. Alright, what are players? This is bullshit what's going on. Natsu got to do the different things, get different cards. Raha gets all he needed and doesn't do the same timings. I gotta talk about that. So, he went for the waiting. He said, I'm gonna wait for him to discard a card, then use Fiendish. Fiendish becomes useless. So now, Swallow's Nest passed through, the 2 monster gets to be special summon. He gets Perfume, Oracle, and JD is in a very fine spot. He is going to be able to go for the special summons, force more back throw. It is very good for JD right now. Let's see what's going to happen though anyways. So far he's still thinking which card he wants to draw. Maybe he's gonna go for... No, actually, no. Was rest discarded or used? I may have missed. I think it is discarded, but oh. Yeah, oh sheesh. So, he used Channeler, forced the discard of rest. Oh. Response immediately with a Treacher's Trap Hole. No waiting. I destroyed the 2 monsters. Doing the exact same thing that JD has done to Raha. Now, does Raha get a free field? We don't know. Well, let's see. He's going to be getting the draw. And now it is time for him to shine. Will the number 666 be the winner? Or is it going to be Geometric Dash the winner? And now the back set on the side of Raha. And that's going to be the turn of JD. So he has 4 cards right now. And he does open a nice card. He is going to open the Harpy's Hunting Ground. This is going to allow him to destroy background. And of course, it's never going to target Fiendish Chain unless he special summons 2 Much Harpies. So, of course, the priorities will be the face downs. So he goes for this ones. And if he gets to destroy the 2 of them, if he gets to summon, let's say, a 3rd one, or even the Synchro, which is the Cyber / Harpy Lady, the Synchro is named Harpy Lady while on the field, so that field spell is going to say, ha, it's a Harpy Lady. I take this in account, and I destroy another field spell. Gets to destroy the finishing. You're never going to want to destroy your own field spell. And the card destroy was actually another Treacherous. Not the worst for Raha indeed, and he's actually going to chain immediately. He's going to go for the Offerings to the Doom. It works. It was very risky because he does not get to draw. Very, very risky. That's what happened. So no draw for escape for Raha. He is having a monster? Nope. That's going to be an end of turn, but he gets rid of the Channeler. I do think that JD is still going to have an event. Ooh, okay. Okay, second. I have not expected that. This is the second Harpy's Feather Rest. No, that's the first one. I'm stupid. Okay. Don't clip it. Don't comment on this. That was a pathetic reaction of mine. He drew it because of Oracle. Alright? I hope no one has made my mistake or I'm gonna kill you. You funny people. No, JD is sitting another back row. Does he have a monster? No. That's gonna be an end of turn. So Raha may have a play. Does he have what he needs? He begins with an infantry. And Silent Angler was the card he had in hand the whole time, maybe? Or was it the infantry? One of the two. So right now he's still gonna be able to go for NXEs. And I do expect the Abysso Dueler. Abysso Dueler is going to be summoned. And I also call it the card that you don't know what it is, and you think it is a cave until you zoom on the card and you see there's a dragon on the top left. That's what it is. Now he was able to go for the damage, doesn't use the effect. Is he waiting for something? Yes he is. Waiting for a monster to be destroyed by the effect of the Dueler. That's what he's looking for. Perfume is going to be on the field. And yet again he's going to be able to draw cards. Alright, so I think it's going to activate it after the draw. That's what I expect on the side of Raha. Else he gets to be very patient and gets to see a Synchro or an Xyz and then is going to be using the effect of a Abyss Dweller. That's one of the two plays I'm thinking right now. Let's see the decision of Raha 666. I actually have a lot of fun listening to this OST for once. Oh man. Honestly, that's maybe one of the most exciting wars I got to cast. All honestly. Big up to both teams in advance. Like, this is not often I do that, but both teams, great war. Great war you guys are doing. Until the end as well. So, Elegant Egotis has passed, and the field spell is going to force the destruction of one of the spell traps. He decides to go for his own, of course, useless treacherous trap hole. And I think Raha is going to wait until there's the synchro. That's what I expect. I mean, that's what he's looking for. I'm sure. Is it going to be the case? We'll see. And there's another Elegant Egotist. So for the second time, he is going to be able to special summon another Comrade, another Heart Lady. But it is going to force himself to destroy one of the spell traps. And I just want to see, okay, that's something I want to see in the grave after. Ooh. Revealing a light imprisoning mirror. Not a bad choice to destroy it. I mean, it's useless for him. What I wanted to see is the Harpy Lady wants no. I think he only has 2. Ooh. That's actually going to be lethal. Almost. Because that's a great bait that JD is doing, even though he doesn't go for the synchro. He said, I am going to go and try to get as much attack, because I mean, every Solar has only 1 infantry as an overlay. Only gets to destroy 1 face-up card. Is going to have to go for, I think it has to be Harpy Lady 1. It has to be Harpy Lady 1. If you go for Perfume, you just lose. Harpy Lady 1, 100%, come on. You want to reduce the attack of all the monsters. You do not want to be dead for no reason. Oh, true. If there's actually, if Raha receives a lance from JD, that's gonna be a thing. By the timing, I think it is indeed the case. Good. Actually, he said no. Interesting. It's gonna take the time. Harpy Lady 1 is gonna be attacking. Oh no, actually wait. Swallow's Nest is the card I think that JD has. Must be a Swallow's Nest. Does he want to go for the Swallow's Nest? He can have a monster that reaches enough life points. If he had Swallow's Nest and he have the Harpist will be for game. But if he doesn't play it, he will not have lethal anyways. So I think that's what it will be. Draw TTH low. Crazy. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen. Raha has only 1 card. He has to find a way to defeat the monster. JD has the advantage so far. He is gonna set a monster. Doesn't seem to be enough, because I think that's gonna be lethal for JD. No spell trap, and of course no drowning. So yeah, JD is in a good spot anyways. He even gets the Channeler, which will have to destroy the field spell. But does it change things? Not that much. If he doesn't have a way to special summon another monster, he is fine. But actually, he's gonna go for an Xyz for the core, of course. Malevolent Sin. He could have gone for Samurai Gagaga, by the way, for the lulz. Samurai Gagaga will have been the Gagaga method of getting lethal. But he's gonna go for the classic Malevolent Sin. And that's gonna be the 9th point for Uchiha. We're 96. Match point for Uchiha. And Raha has only 1 deck left. And here's the thing. And wait, okay, Lancaster, I gotta say one thing, please. Is he really named Gustavo, or is it just because I said maybe his name is Gustavo? It has to be one of the 2. Is he truly named Gustavo? That's what I want to know. What is the secret to his name? And let me just see, in case there's a repeat. They don't mention anything so far, so I'm gonna be waiting for a response. from the looks of it, they're maybe not going to do the repeat. As for the matchup, they have done a lot of water against harpies. It does work, it doesn't work all the time. It is possible that they'll go for the second deck. That is at least what I expect, so we will see if I'm correct about the call, but of course, that is up to RAFFLESIA ID to decide on their own choices. I am nothing but a man that is poor, that is French, that is young, and that doesn't know anything about life except Yu-Gi-Oh! For some reason. And that is indeed a difficult choice. Like, Harpy as a deck is very annoying right now. Has a lot of response back, gets to summon a lot. It can be easily blocked sometimes, but then you have Swallow's Nest changing how it works. Like, it changes completely how Harpies will maybe have worked. And it's one card that allowed Harpies to be very good, in my opinion. And they are about to go for the last repeat. They take the opportunity. They believe on the matchup. So we're going to see Raha again with water. So no, we know that there's no droning. How is this going to go? We will see. Good luck to the players again. Match point so far. I want to learn French. It shouldn't be that difficult to a Brazilian, I guess. To me, any language will take time, but I think most language will be fine to learn. Like, the more serious you are to it, the more it will help if you are like truly willing to learn. And I think French indeed or Brazilian should be hard. For Spanish, it's like, I'd say, actually, I don't know, but to me Brazilian should have it easy for Spanish, but at least that's my perspective. Now Raha is going to get the first turn. He has to do the classic territory of the shark. Appears while on the field to set down cards, and he has 2 infantry. Oh my god, I was about to say Pimple, but no. 2 soldiers. Alright, 2 soldiers. 2 shields. 2 pepperonis. 2 ananas. Whatever you want to call this infantry. Because I still think infantry is a bad name. Anyways, Chandler is going to be on the front. So Chandler is going to be allowing JD to go for plays, unless Raha responds right off the bat. Unless he's waiting for something to be discarded again on the side of JD. Yet again, the Swallow's Nest is an incredible card. Powerful one. So that's not always easy to just turn or like try to play around the card. As Portuguese and French come from the same origin, some words are the same for both languages. Yeah, I think so. I know a lot of people say that for Spanish it's not the case. So, alright. Raha said, if I'm about to make the same mistake with the Fiendish, why not going for the Abyss Dweller? Does not matter. So he said, I'm gonna use Abyss Dweller. Perfuma is gonna be summoned, so if he has anything against Perfuma, he is about to be fine. But the problem again is JD's opening. How well did JD open is the question. JD so far in a very good spot with this deck, and actually I just forgot to change the score again. Let me just change the scores during the match. That was a loss before, that was a win for JD. So he's going on a streak, of course. And things are passing by, taking the time. And he waited for the Tricerusso Trap Hole. But the Forbidden Lance is gonna be here. So he defends one of the monsters. That's how dumb it is. I swear to God. I can meme with some stupid accents. I'm not doing Meike, by the way. Meike has stopped. That was like the old generation of Disturbia, by the way. And yeah, again, he's gonna go for the Elegant Egotist. Sounds good to me. So now he gets another Harp Lady 1. Gets the advantage of doing another Synchro. Raha needs another defense to be able to deal against what's going to happen. It is going to be rough because JD is getting the openings he wants. Forcing all the back rows, forcing the Abyss Dweller. He has it all. Do it in French for a bit. Oof. Okay, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do it. For the lows. Bon. GD qui va du coup rester sur de la défensive, je pense. Pas sûr qu'il va partir sur une synchro ou une Xyz. On verra bien un peu comment ça se passe. Donc une carte face cachée pour l'instant. Oh non, mais pour le coup, le français c'est bien. Hein. Le français c'est très très bien. Alors on va voir ce qui se passe. Bah du coup il est parti pour faire une synchro effectivement, hein, tranquille. Ah, ça marche pas. On va essayer comme ça. It doesn't want to work. Ok. I was just testing a feature from my OBS. And I just got to see there was one card set down, and the Fiendish, by the way, worked against the Harp Lady. Gonna be the turn of Raha. Ça va être le tour du coup de Raha. Enfin, j'aurais pu dire Raja, mais bon, Raja ça sonne tellement moche en français. On va pas se mentir. Alors, là le problème c'est qu'il faut qu'il ait le monstre. Diva, ce serait la meilleure. Diva, de toute façon, ça permet plein de choses. Et s'il n'a pas, il faut qu'il ait de la défense, quoi. Donc comment est-ce que ça va se passer? Il va quand même invoquer. Il va invoquer le marksman. D'accord? Donc il va invoquer le sniper, le tireur d'élite, avec sa petite arme. Et du coup, ça va être le tour de GD. Ouf. Ah, il est tranquille, GD. Il invoque Channeler du coup. Et là, après, c'est vrai que selon la backrow, selon la carte face cachée, ça passe ou ça passe pas. I take back what I said, it should be a bit difficult, yeah. It's something that takes time to learn language, as I told you. Ouh, la belle. Là, c'est une belle lance. Ouh, c'est une très belle lance. That's a very good lance. Big bait, and I think JD could have attacked differently because that is allowing Raha to get some openings. Yes. Creature's trap hole. Okay, sir. Oh no. Wow. I actually just realized that was not even a misplay. Okay. Taking things back step by step. Fiendish Shane is still on the synchro, so he called an attack. Attacks, tries with the Channeler. Channeler receives the Forbidden Lance. And JD got the Treacherous Trap Hole, still allowing him to go for what he wants. We're correcting the mistakes I'm saying. So now he gets the Perfumer. And that's gonna be GG at that point, yes. Exactly. It is what it is though. You can see the field. Raha cannot do anything except defend. The thing is that Harpies, they can get back resources, but Water, it's not the case. You do not get back resources easily. Google Uchiha. I mean, unless they want to wear some Googles on the side of the Uchiha team. Segundo lugar playoffs again. We will see if it is the case. You guys have chance. Swallow's Nest is going to be passing through. Tributes the Perfume. Man, I'm just knowing that it's not the droning on the back of Raha, but I will expect that, but I don't think it is the case, so... What is JD going to summon is the question. He summons the Oracle, fair enough. And which, because he has the field spell, he can destroy it backward. Yeah, that's it. He went for the Fiendish, okay. I mean, the back row, if it is something that he says it has no answer, it's maybe it was a Treacherous Trapple in the end that he cannot activate. And I think it looks like it. I think that's a Treacherous Trapple that was set on the side of Raha. And that is going to be it for the war. We have some winners today. It is going to be Uchiha. 10-0 against RAFFLESIA ID. Man, what a sick war. I swear to God. GG's, guys. Yet again, I love seeing these two teams playing. Oh my Jesus. Well, congratulations today on Uchiha for the win. And they have to get one more win to reach the playoffs. But one factor that is going to be very important, they have to take this in account. The run differential. If they have something of a good value, I'd say around 15 will be the ideal. I think they have a big chance for the top 8. So playoffs basically. And on the side of RAFFLESIA ID, unfortunately, this is going to be their 6th loss. No more playoffs for them, 100%. But we'll see if this team, RAFFLESIA ID, gets to be able to stop other teams as well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the war. That was a sick war, I swear to God. Big up to the two teams. That's maybe one of my favorite wars I watched in a long time. I had a ton of fun. I swear to God, I had a ton of fun. So thank you very much, guys, for that. And optional raid on my side. So if you guys want to leave, feel free. Actually, no. Before you leave, I usually forget this. I swear, I'm so stupid. The prediction, of course. It has to end. The winners are going to be Uchiha. No, I'm going to prepare for the raid. And yeah, man, I just had a lot of fun. So yet again, everyone, thank you very much for being on the stream, for watching the wall. I will see who I'm going to send you. I mean, ideally, I'm going to go for some Duel Links thing, because I know you guys are usually watching such kind of thing. Oh my god. Minimizek is watching a crazy wall that is about to end 9-9. What the hell? Let me see. Okay, that has ended as well. As I told you guys, this is insanely optional, so I'm not going to be doing anything special. Big KW. I'm not finding anything, but I think I know who I'm going to raid. And then there's going to be time for that. I just want to pay her off, so... If you want to go see her stream, feel free to... No, actually, no. You know what? Maybe next time. I want to see if there's not, like... any new streamer, maybe? Or something like that. That interests me or piques my eye. Okay. Okay, I see, I know who I'm gonna raid. We're gonna go for something funny. So, I wanna do a quick shout out to people, but I'm gonna explain, while I'm doing this, what he's doing. Just testing a deck, Melfi, from the new box. It's a very funny deck, and it's actually pretty powerful in the meta, funnily enough. And yeah, I'm just doing shoutouts to other Team 1 streamers that I'm seeing their stream if you want to raid them. Otherwise, I'm going to be raiding Yami Awarton. He is, I believe, Brazilian or Portuguese. And I'm going to tell you guys, have a good day, evening, and see you next time. Peace.